just talked to Derek Forbort, says he feels like he's pretty close. Are you hoping to get him back pretty soon here?
Yeah, I mean, he's a strong possibility tomorrow. I mean, I'll talk to him again today and then tomorrow morning skate. But yeah, he's a strong possibility to get him in the lineup.
What do you think he could help bring to your back end?
Well, it's stability. I mean, we need some stability, not just defense, but overall team stuff. I think we're, too many breakaways and 2-on-1s last game, and I think a guy like him can kind of clean some of that up for us.
Well, JT, I know he didn't necessarily skate with one line fully, but a couple of days here now he's been practicing. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting close. I don't know the exact date, but close is better than long term. He's doing really well, and we'll just kind of chip away and see what happens tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, a possibility?
I don't know. I mean, I usually talk to Millsy maybe tonight or something. Maybe in the morning we'll talk. But anything's a possibility. But right now, he had a good day.
What can you say about this group and what they have gone through and fought through?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's hit us, with injuries and, Denver out. And, I mean, I can go down a list. I think sometimes it's a good thing. It builds scar tissue. It builds character. And it builds fight in your team. We're hanging in there. I mean, the record's half decent, but, obviously we got to get better processing. I think we got to get better at our team identity. Game management is something that I've really struggled with our team this year, where you're on the ice for 30, 40 seconds. I'm not sure a high-risk play when a guy like Thomas is on the ice.
Thomas!
Or if Kucherov's on the ice. We have to get better at it. Last year we were really good at it. This year I think we've been a little bit loose on that. So, but I see improvement in the game management. But that's something we got to clean up, especially now that we don't have, at certain points, we didn't have Heroic, we didn't have Millsy, Besser at some time. So you got to stay with the team identity.
Well, on the other side of that, you're seeing these guys come back. Is that building excitement?
Well, yeah, we came back, I don't know how many, is it 10 games now, or I don't know, 9 games. I mean, we don't want to get in this rut, but the one thing, there is fighting, and we are coming back, and that's a good thing, but we just obviously got to clean up our game, start of the game.
Talk about that focus.
Yeah.
Is that what it's about, focus in terms of game management?
100%. And it's just not one guy, it's a collective. You just got to know what's presented to you, play the odds. I mean, I get it, and certain guys on our team probably have a little bit more rope because they can make plays, but for most of us, we got to play to our team identity, especially now.
Last time you talked about pockets of inconsistency, and you want to see your team obviously become more consistent. Is that due, you think, sometimes to guys having to play expanded minutes and elevated roles due to the injuries?
Yeah, I mean, we're extending some guys' minutes that usually don't play that much. I think that happens. Maybe a bad line change because you're not focused, you're tired, things like that. Or you try the extra play when you're not focused or tired. So, yeah, I think there's some validity to that question, yeah.
Myers today? Tyler?
Myers been playing a lot. I wanted to give him a maintenance day. Probably could have gave it to Hughes, but he wanted to skate today and take tomorrow off. So when you get guys that play heavy minutes, you kind of ask them sometimes what they would like to do to be ready for tomorrow.
As your team gets healthier here, what's it like for you as a coach to, in the next little while here, you're actually going to see your full lineup for the first time this season?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think, when you get your full lineup and then, now it's like, is it Millsy, Petey, is it Suter stays at center, Teddy, now you got 4 centermen, then you got some options, right? That third line, whoever that is, if it is Suits, Garland, and Dakota, good matchups. Maybe we get to play them against a 5-6 defense. There's things like that help out that we took advantage of last year. Can't be as not as top heavy. Might have to have some wingers that rotate, in and out of certain positions for sustainability. That's, I think, the approach that we have to take.
Thoughts on where Millsy might fit in the power play, or who might fit out?
Yeah, but I still think him with Petey on that left side, I think we're starting to get better at that, throwing pucks at it. Now, like I told Petey, I love the fact that he threw the puck to the net there. If Parayko doesn't have a stick there, I think Garland scores. That's the play. I think we're getting more of those type of goals. Jake on the road trip got a few goals in the power play around the paint. We're not passing around. We're not deferring. Now, we're having sometimes... we're not liking the power play because we are deferring too much, but that play to me is a big play. And whether Millsy comes back, we got to still have the same mentality.
Rick, last night on the power play, we saw a situation where a Blues player loses a stick and kind of chases Hughes into the neutral zone. Is that something that you guys can take advantage of and maybe work on, like if that situation happens, changing the formation on the power play?
Yeah, I mean, when a guy breaks a stick, you really actually want to pick on him. Yeah, 100%. That's the strategy we always talk about. So yeah, you just got to make sure you execute in those situations.
Have you seen a player chase another player like that on a power play before?
No, but I'm not surprised it was Huggy. I'd chase him too. I mean, I'm surprised they have two guys chase him.
You mentioned, I think it was Schoenfeld you quoted the other day, told you like you, as a coach, you just deal with in the moment and who you have. So
you have
you're used to missing guys. But this season, you know, you lost Forbort for a bit because his father passed away.
Sure.
Right now, you know, JT's dealing
Yeah.
with his issues. Does that add a different element when you're trying to introduce guys back, or just in how you treat them when they're going through things that aren't just about an injury suffered on the ice?
Yeah, I think the communication and the relationship you have before that really helps. So I think it's important that it's not always about X and O's and hockey and where you fit on the team. It's really about life sometimes, and that's really what it's all about. I think. You know, I always try to. You got to build relationships with your players. I mean, obviously, when there's somebody who's dealing with some stuff, you got to help them out in some respect. And I think that over the last couple of years, and I got footy. I got like a lot of coaches that really help you in that. Patrick and Jim are good at that stuff. So the support group's really good here.
Excited to hopefully have you back in the lineup soon. Take us how you're feeling, both mentally and physically.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Every skate gets the injury gets a little stronger and more comfortable, and yeah, feeling pretty good.
Do you feel like you're close? Are we getting to the point where you might be back as soon as tomorrow?
Yeah, feeling close. I told Todd a couple of days ago that I was ready whenever you need me.
You had the one game from the time you came back, and then you got hurt, and you know, talking to the coaches, they were really pleased with that one game, and it felt like, okay, maybe this is the start of something. How hard or how frustrating was it then to get hurt right away in that practice?
Yeah, it sucked. It was just kind of a freak kind of collision kind of thing on like a pretty harmless drill, and but yeah, stuff like that happens in hockey, and just got to keep grinding.
What's it been like for you to watch this team from the sidelines?
I mean, just been pretty proud of the guys. I mean, it's been a lot of adversity in here. You know, not having Demko, you know, losing Millsy, like Bass, like that's a lot of really good players gone, and you know, it just seems like the guys have been, you know, grinding and doing everything they can to get points, and yeah, it's been pretty fun to watch.
What do you think that says about the group, that they've shown that resilience in the face of some unexpected adversity?
I think that's just a close group in here. I mean, you know, we've had so many call-ups, and those kids come up, and you know, they've kind of integrated themselves into the culture pretty well, and they played good hockey, and it's been fun to see for them.
Does that make you optimistic now that you guys are starting to get a little bit healthier about what you can accomplish moving forward?
Yeah, hopefully we can kind of, you know, get all those pieces back and, you know, get everyone accustomed to each other again, and, you know, really get rolling.
How difficult has it been? I mean, you sign with a team in the summer, you come here, you're excited, and you played 4 games by the middle of December, obviously for different reasons, but does it feel like your season's even started?
I mean, I've been doing so many rehab skates that body feels like it's in January. No, they do a great job at when you are hurt, like keeping it fun and you know, making it exciting to come to the rink even when the boys are on the road and you're kind of by yourself.
/blast.
He's missing in general. Obviously, every good team in the league's built down the middle. You know, 1-2 punch, and we're fortunate to have that. And you know, when you're missing one of those guys, it's hard. It's hard to win, but we've done a pretty good job here. Obviously, the last couple haven't been our best efforts, but you know, we're just going to try to keep just grinding out wins. You know, when he gets back, it'll be huge for us.
You are close to JT personally, so and he also has that in the locker room where he, you know, will play a prank on somebody or make T-shirts or what it happens to be. Like, is that something also that you guys need to get back in here?
I just think he's a big presence, and I think he's a big presence on and off the ice. Obviously he's one of the best players in the league. He's going to 4 nations, so we're lucky to have him. And when any time a guy like Cam, Roney, Demmer, guys like that miss time, it hurts. But just to get him back in the fold, they'll be like I said, I've said it a few times, but they'll be good for us.
As a team, how's the fun versus frustration level right now?
I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into that. We just come to work every day and try to get better. And we got a lot of games in the next few days, so it's kind of just the grind of the season right now. Recovering when you can, getting ready when you can, and just really focused on just playing well.
How much pride do you guys take in the ability to grind out some results here with some of the guys you've been missing, and not necessarily playing your best at times, but still getting wins and picking up points through it?
Yeah, obviously you just try to get as many points as you can, and we had a good road trip. We didn't love our first couple games back, but we got another chance tomorrow against best team in the league to put a good effort forth and just see where it gets us at the end of the night.
Home ice has been a bit of an issue for you guys in terms of getting wins. At what point does it become mental, or does it?
I don't think it becomes mental. I think obviously it's definitely talked about a lot, but it's about blocking out the outside noise and just finding our game. I think that we played our way probably the second half of that game. There's a couple bounces that could have went either way, and but in saying that, I think that I think it obviously gets asked about a lot, but we like playing here. We just need to get the results, and we can say anything we want, all the cliches, but we got to start getting results.
What'd you think of Thatcher Demko's performance and having him back in the net?
Yeah, no, he was awesome. I think he stopped 4 breakaways probably, so. We didn't really help him out in his first game back in a long time, but he looked great in there. He was good with his rebound control, and we have confidence in both our goaltenders, but it was definitely nice to see the big man back. And it was one of those things where he made some very timely saves, gives a chance to be in the game and keep it 3-1 especially. And it's one of those things where he's the biggest reason why we got a point.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
It's Petey every game.
It's nice to finally have some black pads out on the ice there.
That is the last thing I'm thinking about right now. Yeah.
Cracker tastes like shit.
Yeah, I mean he didn't get shot.
Quinn, thanks for taking the time to come and sit down and chat with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.